Welcome back. Today. We're diving deep into the world of numismatics to uncover the top 10 most valuable Washington quarters you need to know about. These coins, which were first minted in 1932, have seen some incredible appreciation in value over the years, and some are worth more than you might think. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, stick around as we explore these ultra-valuable quarters that could potentially boost your collection. Let's get started. First up, the 1980 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark. If you're interested in rare coins and curious about what makes a quarter from the 80s worth more than face value, you're in the right place. Let's uncover the value, history, and special features of this coin. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This design by John Flanagan has graced the quarter for decades, making it instantly recognizable. But what's special about the 1980 version? Why is the D mint mark, meaning it was minted in Denver, important? Let's explore. By 1980, the Washington Quarter had seen several changes, especially after the silver content was removed in 1965. From that point on, quarters were minted using a copper-nickel-clad composition. Even though the design remained fairly constant, each year and mint location has its unique features, and this impacts their value among collectors. The D mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Denver Mint. In 1980, the Denver Mint made millions of quarters, but not all of them are valued the same today. Quarters in very good condition are considered highly collectible, and their value can vary based on market demand and their quality. Before we jump into value, let's talk about condition. For collectors, a coin's grade, basically how well preserved it is, plays a major role in its value. Very good condition means that the coin shows considerable wear but still retains all major details. This grade is somewhere around very good on the Sheldon grading scale. You might see some wear on Washington's portrait and on the text, but overall, the coin is intact and recognizable. So, how much can a 1980 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark in very good condition actually be worth? The market value for these quarters can vary, but here are the basics. In recent years, a 1980 D quarter in very good condition could sell for around $275,000, which is obviously above face value. While that may seem modest, quarters in higher grades like uncirculated or mint state can fetch even more, sometimes selling for $450,000 if they're exceptionally well preserved. Why the increase? As these coins age, it becomes harder to find ones in great condition, so rarity and demand push the value up. Of course, these are just averages, and values can fluctuate based on the economy, collector demand, and market trends. Always check current pricing guides or recent auction results for the latest values. The 1980 Washington Quarter with the D mint mark may not contain silver, but it's a favorite among collectors for a few reasons. First, it's a piece of history, a coin from a decade known for its cultural and economic shifts. Secondly, collectors enjoy building complete sets, and finding a quarter in very good or higher condition can be a satisfying addition. Plus, there's always the chance that some quarters from this era have unique errors or variations, adding to their desirability. As with many coins, some 1980 D Washington Quarters may have mint errors that increase their value. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, and other production flaws. Error coins are rare, but if you come across one, you might have a coin worth much more. Some error coins have sold for several $100s. It's worth taking a close look at your quarter to see if anything stands out. If you're looking to collect or already own a 1980 D quarter, proper storage is essential. Quarters from this era are prone to tarnishing if they aren't kept in a dry, safe place. Use coin albums or protective cases to help maintain their condition. And remember, even small improvements in condition can mean a big difference in value over time. Sum it up, the 1980 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark in very good condition is a great piece for collectors of American currency. While it might not make you rich overnight, it's an affordable and accessible coin that could appreciate in value over time, especially if it's well preserved or has a unique error. Next up, the 1967 Washington Quarter dollar without a mint mark, especially in extra fine condition, has captured the interest of collectors and enthusiasts alike. This coin is no ordinary quarter. Its story is packed with history, controversy, and some real potential value in the collector's market today. Stick around as we dive into its origins, its current value, and why collectors are going after this unique piece of American history. Let's rewind back to the 1960s. During this era, the United States was dealing with a massive coin shortage. The root of the problem? The rising value of silver. Up until 1964, US. Quarters were made of 90% silver, which meant that, over time, their silver content became more valuable than their face value. As a result, many people began hoarding silver coins, creating a huge shortage of coins for everyday transactions. In response, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Coinage Act of 1965, which changed the composition of quarters, dimes, and half dollars. Quarters were now struck from a copper-nickel clad, with no silver content. And starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint removed the mint marks from coins to deter hoarding, making the 1967 Washington quarter among those without any mint mark. This lack of a mint mark from 1965 to 1967 gives these quarters a distinctive place in numismatic history. The Washington quarter from 1967 features the familiar design of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Although this coin lacks silver, it's still made with a copper-nickel composition, and when it's in extra fine condition, it catches the eye with its detailed design. But why does condition matter? An extra fine coin means it's been lightly circulated, showing only minor wear on high points like Washington's hair and the eagle's wings. The details remain sharp and clear, and the coin still has much of its original luster, making it a prized condition for collectors. Now, here's where things get interesting. You might be wondering, what makes this 1967 Washington quarter valuable if it doesn't contain silver? Well, the answer lies in its condition and collector demand. Even though it doesn't have silver, finding a 1967 quarter in extra fine or higher grades is rarer than you might think, especially since these quarters were widely circulated. In today's market, a 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark in average circulated condition might be worth just face value. However, if you have one in extra fine condition, the coin can range from $390,000, and if you find an exceptionally preserved example, known as uncirculated or mint state, the price can go up to $550,000 or more. Keep in mind that these values depend on various factors, such as eye appeal, luster, and rarity in higher grades. The 1967 Washington quarter, while not made of silver, has a collectible appeal that shouldn't be overlooked. Its value is likely to grow modestly over time as collectors continue to seek high-grade examples of clad coins from this transitional period. If you're a coin collector or investor, finding and preserving a 1967 Washington quarter in extra fine or better condition could be a smart move. Remember, quarters from this era are unique because they represent a turning point in U.S. coinage history, and as people come to appreciate this, there's a chance that demand could rise for well-preserved examples, making it a coin worth holding onto. So, do you have a 1967 Washington quarter in your collection? If so, take a closer look at its condition. It might be worth more than you think. If you're new to collecting, the Washington Quarter series is an excellent place to start, with rich history and affordable entry points. Next up, the 1983 Washington Quarter with a P mint mark. So, if you're curious about its value, history, and why it might be a worthy addition to your collection, stick around. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has gone through several design changes, but it's the 1983 version we're focusing on today. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin special. This quarter features the iconic profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, which symbolizes strength and freedom. The 1983 coin was minted in Philadelphia, marked by the P Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1983, approximately 796 million quarters were minted, but not all are created equal. The P Mint mark indicates that it was produced in Philadelphia, and while most of these coins are common, those in very good condition can fetch surprising prices on the market. But what exactly does very good condition mean? Coins in this category typically show moderate wear but still retain important details like the legends and designs. This means that while it may not look pristine, it still holds significant appeal to collectors. Now, let's talk about the all-important question: what is the market value of the 1983 Washington Quarter with a P Mint mark in very good condition? As of now, you can expect to see this coin valued between $375,000, depending on the specifics of its condition and market demand. However, it's essential to keep in mind that prices can fluctuate based on factors like rarity, demand among collectors, and even economic conditions. If you come across one in better than average condition, you might even see values rising above $390,000. So, if you have one in your collection, it might be time to take a closer look. If you're looking to add a 1983 Washington Quarter to your collection, you have a few options. Coin shops, shows, and online platforms like eBay and Etsy can be great places to find them. Just remember to check the seller's reputation and ensure you're getting an authentic piece. When inspecting coins, always look for signs of wear, scratches, and overall luster. A well-preserved coin can make all the difference in its value. To wrap things up, the 1983 Washington Quarter with a P Mint mark in very good condition is a fantastic piece of history that holds value both monetarily and sentimentally for many collectors. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or are a seasoned numismatist, this quarter is definitely worth considering. Next up, we're exploring a specific coin that has garnered attention among collectors and investors alike: the Washington Quarter dollar from 1985 with a P Mint mark. If you've ever wondered about its history, significance, and current market value, you're in the right place. Washington Quarter dollar was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1985 version features the iconic design of Washington on the front, and the reverse displays the majestic eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. Now, the P Mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins with a P Mint mark started appearing in 1979, making this a unique characteristic for collectors looking for specific variations. But what makes the 1985 Washington Quarter significant? Well, let's take a quick trip back in time. In the mid-1980s, the United States was experiencing economic changes, and the demand for coins was at an all-time high. The Washington Quarter was widely circulated during this period, making it a familiar sight in wallets and change jars across the country. Now, when we talk about circulation condition, we're referring to coins that have been used in everyday transactions. The 1985 Washington Quarter, ranging from poor to mint state, a circulation coin in good condition may not be worth much, but those in extra fine or uncirculated condition can command higher prices. So if you happen to find a well-preserved 1985 quarter in your change, you might be in luck. So, what is the current market value of the 1985 Washington Quarter with a P Mint mark? As of now, these coins are valued around $300,000 in average circulation condition. However, if you're lucky enough to own one in uncirculated condition, it can fetch anywhere from $500,000 or even more, depending on demand. It's essential to keep an eye on market trends, as coin values can fluctuate based on collector interest, economic factors, and the overall market for rare coins. Websites like eBay and specialized numismatic forums can provide insights into recent sales and valuations. If you're a collector or just getting started, here are a few tips for finding valuable coins like the 1985 Washington Quarter. Always check your change. Coins can often be overlooked. Additionally, consider visiting coin shows, shops, or online marketplaces to expand your collection. Remember to handle your coins with care. Use gloves when necessary and store them in protective holders to maintain their condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Next up, the 1971 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark. If you've ever wondered about its value and significance, you're in the right place. The Washington Quarter, first minted in 1932, commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features a left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, originally designed by John Flanagan. But today we'll focus specifically on the 1971 issue. By the early 1970s, the United States was undergoing significant changes. The economy was shifting, and the demand for coins was on the rise. The Washington Quarter, struck in 1971, was part of this transition, continuing the legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents. Now, let's talk about the mint marks. The 1971 quarter was produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coin we're focusing on today has a D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. In terms of design, the 1971 Washington Quarter is similar to its predecessors. The obverse displays Washington's portrait, surrounded by the words Liberty and the year of minting. The reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings, a symbol of strength and freedom, along with the words United States of America and quarter dollar. What's particularly important for collectors is the condition of the coin. The 1971 D Mint Mark Quarter, in very good condition, typically has noticeable wear but retains its key features. You might see some smoothing on the high points, but it should still be recognizable as a quarter. Now, let's discuss the value. As of today, a 1971 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark in very good condition can range significantly in market value. Depending on the coin's specific condition, collectors and dealers are willing to pay anywhere from $600,000. However, pristine examples in higher grades can fetch even higher prices. To gain some insights, we spoke with a few coin dealers. They noted that the demand for Washington Quarters has increased, making them an attractive option for both new and seasoned collectors. Beyond its monetary value, the 1971 D Mint Mark Quarter holds sentimental value for many Americans. It represents a time of change and growth in the country, and collecting it can be a way to connect with history. If you're looking to add this coin to your collection, here are a few tips. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in a cool, dry place, and consider using coin holders or albums to protect your treasures. Next up, the 1972 Washington Quarter Dollar without a mint mark. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about the world of collectible coins, you won't want to miss this. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Fast forward to 1972, and we have an intriguing year for the series. The 1972 quarter is particularly interesting because it's one of the few years where you'll find coins without a mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Let's start with the specifications. The 1972 Washington Quarter is composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, giving it that iconic silver-like appearance. It has a diameter of 24.26 mm and weighs 6.25 grams. But what does that mean for its collectability? First, let's look at its design. On the obverse, we see the profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, the eagle is depicted, symbolizing freedom and strength. This design has become a staple in American coinage. The 1972 Washington Quarter without a mint mark is currently valued quite favorably, especially in very good condition. But what exactly does very good mean in terms of coin grading? In coin collecting, grading is essential. A very good coin will show significant wear, with the details still visible but not as sharp as in higher grades. For the 1972 quarter, this means you should still see George Washington's features and the eagle on the reverse, although they might be worn down. Currently, if you have a 1972 Washington Quarter in very good condition, you could expect to see prices ranging from $265,000. This value can fluctuate based on market demand and collector interest. Coins in better conditions can fetch even higher prices, so if you've got one that's been well preserved, you might want to get it appraised. Interestingly, the value of the 1972 quarter has been steadily rising. Online marketplaces and coin shows often showcase these coins, and savvy collectors know to keep an eye out for them. Recent sales indicate that well-preserved coins can go for upwards of $320,000 or even more in some cases. So whether you're an avid collector or just starting, the 1972 Washington Quarter without a mint mark offers a great opportunity to explore American history and numismatics. Keep those coins safe, and who knows, you might have a small treasure on your hands. Next up, we're diving deep into a particular gem from the world of numismatics, the 1986 Washington Quarter with the P Mint mark. If you're a collector or just curious about valuable coins, this one's for you. The Washington Quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features a left-facing profile of Washington on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a majestic eagle, which was changed in 1999 to a state-themed design. The 1986 quarter, specifically, is notable for its high silver content, particularly sought after by collectors today. The 1986 Washington Quarter is part of a series minted between 1932 and 1964, which contained 90% silver. After 1964, quarters were primarily produced with a copper-nickel composition. However, the 1986 quarter is especially interesting because it was produced during a time when collectors were particularly interested in silver coin. The P Mint mark indicates that this quarter was minted in Philadelphia. This mark was introduced on coins in 1979 and signifies the coin's origin. It's essential for collectors because it can affect the coin's rarity and value. While most Washington quarters are relatively common, the 1986 P Mint mark coins are gaining attention in the market. When assessing a coin's value, its condition is paramount. The term extra fine is used to describe coins that show some wear but retain much of their original detail. For the 1986 Washington Quarter, this means there will be light wear on the high points, but overall, the coin will still have a nice luster and sharp details. Now, let's talk about the market value. As of today, a 1986 Washington Quarter with a P Mint mark in extra fine condition can fetch anywhere from $650,000, depending on the specific dealer and market demand. However, it's essential to keep in mind that the value can fluctuate based on silver prices and collector interest. For those considering the 1986 Washington Quarter as an investment, it's worth noting that silver coins have historically held their value well. With rising interest in precious metals, coins like the 1986 Quarter could be a sound addition to any portfolio, especially as more collectors seek to own tangible assets. If you're looking to buy or sell your 1986 Washington Quarter, several options are available. Local coin shops can provide an in-person assessment, while online platforms like eBay offer wider market exposure. Remember, always do your research and consider getting your coin appraised by a professional for the best results. In conclusion, the 1986 Washington Quarter with the P Mint mark in extra fine condition is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history and a potential investment. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, keep your eyes peeled for this silver treasure. Next up, the 1995 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark and why this coin holds significant market value in today's coin collecting world. So, whether you're sifting through your change jar or looking to add to your collection, first, let's take a quick look at the Washington Quarter itself. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, this coin has become one of the most popular and enduring designs in American numismatics. The original design by John Flanagan features a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse, while the reverse showcases an eagle, symbolizing the strength and freedom of our nation. Over the years, the design has seen various changes, but the essence has remained the same. By 1995, the quarter was still being minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the D Mint mark indicating that it was produced in Denver. The 1995 Washington Quarter has a unique significance for collectors. It's made of a copper-nickel clad, weighing 5.67 grams and measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter. What sets this coin apart is its mint mark. The D Mint mark indicates that it was produced in Denver, which can add to its collectability depending on the coin's condition. In extra fine condition, the 1995 Washington Quarter with a D Mint mark can fetch impressive prices on the market currently. You can find this coin selling for anywhere between $180,000 depending on where you buy it and its overall quality. So why is there such interest in the 1995 Washington Quarter? Well, collectors appreciate coins that represent an iconic period in American history, and the Washington Quarter is no exception. It's also a part of the larger set of state quarters, which have drawn in many new collectors in recent years. Additionally, The appeal of collecting coins like the 1995 Washington Quarter is that they are relatively accessible. Unlike rarer coins that can cost thousands of dollars, this quarter is affordable for most collectors. It's a great entry point for anyone looking to start their coin collection. Identifying a 1995 Washington Quarter is simple, but there are a few things to keep in mind. Look for the D mint mark on the reverse side right under the eagle. Also, check the overall condition of the coin. In extra fine condition, you should see minimal wear and the details should be sharp. In conclusion, the 1995 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark is a wonderful piece of American history that holds a nice market value, especially in extra fine condition. Whether you're looking to sell or simply add to your collection, keep an eye out for this gem. Remember, the thrill of collecting lies not just in the value of the coins, but in the stories they tell and the connections we make along the way. Next up, we're diving into the 1996 Washington Quarter dollar, specifically the version minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P mint mark. If you're a collector or just curious about the world of coins, stay tuned as we uncover the history, significance, and market value of this unique quarter. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter has become a staple in American coinage. The 1996 issue continues this proud tradition. This coin features a classic image of George Washington on the obverse with the inscription Liberty and the year of minting, while the reverse showcases the majestic eagle representing freedom and strength. In 1996, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.6 billion quarters, but not all of them are created equal. The 1996 P quarter has a standard composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighing 6.25 grams. Its diameter is 24.26 mm. While the minting numbers might suggest an abundance of these coins, their condition can dramatically affect their market value. Coin grading is crucial in determining a coin's value. The 1996 Washington Quarter in very good condition shows signs of wear but still retains its basic details. You might see slight smoothing on the high points of the design, but the coin's overall features remain identifiable. Collectors often look for coins that exhibit these characteristics, as they may be appealing to those who appreciate the history behind each piece. So, what's the current market value of the 1996 P Washington Quarter in very good condition? As of now, prices can vary based on demand and collector interest. Generally, you can find this quarter valued anywhere from $500,000 in very good condition. However, if the coin is particularly well preserved or has unique attributes, some examples may fetch higher prices at auctions or through private sales. If you're looking to add a 1996 P Washington Quarter to your collection, here are some tips. First, check online marketplaces like eBay or coin dealers to see recent sale prices. Attend local coin shows or fairs where you can find fellow collectors and dealers who might have this coin available. Always ensure you verify the condition and authenticity before making a purchase. The 1996 Washington Quarter dollar with a P mint mark may not be the rarest coin out there, but its historical significance and connection to American heritage make it a valuable piece for any collection. Whether you're an avid numismatist or just starting, coins like this remind us of our nation's history and the stories they tell. Next up, the Washington Quarter dollar from 1990 with a D mint mark. You might be surprised to learn just how valuable this coin can be today. So, if you're a collector or just curious about coin values, stick around as we uncover the fascinating details and current market worth of this iconic coin. The Washington Quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1990 version is part of the larger series that features Washington's portrait on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, symbolizing strength and freedom. Now, the 1990 Quarter is significant not just for its design, but also for its mintage and the story behind it. Produced in both Philadelphia and Denver, the 1990 Quarter with a D mint mark, meaning it was minted in Denver, is especially notable among collectors. In 1990, the Denver Mint produced approximately 1.6 billion Washington quarters. However, what makes the 1990D Mint Mark version interesting is its availability in various conditions. Today we'll focus on the coin in very good condition. A quarter in very good condition shows signs of wear but still retains its essential details. Look for a clear date, visible inscriptions, and a well-defined design, though the overall surface will display some scratches and dullness from circulation. When it comes to market value, the 1990 Washington quarter with a D Mint mark has shown impressive resilience over the years, while its face value is $50,000. Today, this quarter can fetch anywhere from $100,000 depending on its exact condition and market demand. But wait. For those in better condition, especially if you come across one graded as fine or above, values can soar up to $200,000 or more. Rarely, pristine specimens can even reach values over $350,000 in the right market. In conclusion, the 1990 Washington quarter with a D Mint mark may seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds hidden potential for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're just starting or have been collecting for years, this coin can be a great addition to your collection. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Share your thoughts and experiences with the 1990 Washington quarter in the comments below. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures